Hey guys, gals, and everyone in between. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to be doing something a little different. We're going to be diving into some reaction videos. I figured why not start off with the classic, Am I the A-hole? With that being said, why don't we just jump right into it? Story numero uno. Am I the a-hole for not answering my parents' calls? I'm currently a junior in college and I am 21. My major is extremely busy. My time at college is compromised of multiple all-nighters and long hours of studying and projects. I am also pressured to maintain a high GPA since a scholarship is paying for more than half of my college tuition, but to keep it, I have to maintain an extremely high GPA. I also have some pretty bad focus issues. I have ADHD, so it definitely makes my academics a lot harder. Okay, I can understand that. This week is finals week and it is extremely busy. I've been pulling consecutive all-nighters and have a lot of projects and tests due soon. My parents have been calling me repeatedly. I didn't see because I left my phone on silent so I could pay attention to my work. But once I saw the multiple calls, I called back. When I answered the phone, they were passive aggressively like, "Whoa, look who decided to call. Do you even care about us anymore?" Oh my god, I hate that. I apologized and said I was extremely busy with finals. I warned them that calls with me would be pretty infrequent because of how busy I was. They also have a tendency to call me during class, even though I've repeatedly told them my schedule. Still, they don't listen, yet they get mad at me that I don't answer right away. After I explained my final situation, they asked if I was stressed. I said yes, extremely so. My grades depend on how well I do in finals, and maintaining focus is extremely hard for me. They told me over the phone that I'm lucky to even be in uni, so I shouldn't complain about the stress. But they asked. Oh, yeah, but they asked. Also, they basically told me that their jobs are more stressful, so I shouldn't be such a baby. I always get insulted to a certain degree during these calls, so I kind of dread them. But I still call. I kind of wish that they just appreciate what I do and acknowledge that I'm a hard worker and I do a lot. This morning, while I was taking a break to eat, my mom called me. I let it go to voicemail because I was currently in the loud dining hall, so I wouldn't be able to hear her through the phone anyway, but I had the intention to call back. She left me a voicemail that I read. My phone puts voicemails in text form. My mom basically said that her and my dad are making a new rule that if I don't answer their phone calls in a timely manner, they will stop paying for the phone bill and they will take away my phone. I'm currently in a situation where I cannot pay for this. I can't work while I'm in college since I'm so busy. I can only work during the summer and winter break. She also said they would take away my phone if I continue this behavior, yet I would still have to pay the phone bill? What? No. I'm an adult, but I just wish they would treat me like one sometimes without trying to punish me like I'm a teenager. Am I the a hole for not answering my parents' calls in a timely manner? Is this punishment they are threatening me with justified? Okay, personally, no, you're not. You're not the a hole. It sounds like your parents are trying to control your life. You know, they're trying to treat you like a little kid. So when you're growing up, you're hardworking. You've told them how hard you're working, how stressed you are, and they're treating you like a little kid. And I've dealt with this before too. Not as bad as this, but I have dealt with it. So, no, personally, you are not the a hole, but let's see what Reddit has to say. Not the a hole. Your parents are, though. Sorry about that. My recommendation would be that you agree with almost like a regular weekly time to talk. There's no need to talk more often than weekly, but you could agree that you will talk at 2 p.m. on Sundays or whatever. Schedule that in your week and move on. Actually, that sounds like a pretty good idea. That way, your parents technically can't argue. Of course, you'd have to get them to agree first, but you'll get there when you get there. No, not the a hole. Explore like cheap phone plans. Actually, that's not that bad of an idea. You could also use like Assurance Wireless and whatnot. You could get like free flip phone plans, which is pretty good. So there's quite a few things that you can do. At least if you live in the states. So I don't know where you live, so I can't tell you. But if you live in the states, there are some like free phone plans that you can get and whatnot. So I'd look into those. But personally, you're not the a hole. Let's get into story number 2. Am I the a hole for wanting my mother to bring my brother to the psychiatrist? Well, personally speaking, and now I'll save it for later. I, female 24, am the eldest daughter in the family. I have 5 siblings, one brother, 19 male. My dad is financially unstable and doesn't really scold us or take part in taking care of the family. So my mom is the man in the relationship. Okay, I'm already hating this. I always try to help ease my mom's burden by taking over taking care of my siblings. The thing about my brother, he's always mentally unstable starting last year. I'm not sure if it is because he hated his life so much. He failed miserably in his national exam and is not pursuing his studies like other kids. That's not a reason though. There are still courses he can take up, but he seems unbothered with his future and we're so tired about caring for him when he doesn't even care. We're currently on vacation. He had a small fight with my mom, which is very stupid. My mom got pissed off with him and nagged him, but that's it. He has this thing of stonewalling all family members when he's angry, but yesterday was too much. It's so annoying. We're on a family vacation together, taking trains, etc., but he wants to walk alone, which is fine until it's not. He would go wherever God knows where, and yesterday we couldn't find him. It's so stupid. My mom made a report at the train station today. It happened again somewhere else. I told my parents to not care about him, but they still do. He wasted hours of our time, and it's so annoying. He acted all the independent, but truth is, he still needs us. I told my mom once we got home to take him to the psychiatrist, or that he's a useless brat. My mom said I shouldn't say that. He's a useless brat because he's working and doesn't have a license. What? Sometimes on his midnight shift, my dad has to pick him up, but he's an ungrateful brat, getting all grumpy. My dad was a bit late by like 10 minutes. Sometimes on his afternoon shift, he forced mom to pick him up next time. I feel bad for my mom because she has high blood pressure and has to deal with this bullshit. I wouldn't want to pick him up because he really makes me angry. Am I the a hole for wanting my mom to take him to the psychiatrist because I think he's mentally ill? No sane person would do this. Okay, no, 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 no. Okay, no. For the record, it sounds like he just wants to be left alone. Okay, I can completely understand this. I have dealt with family that's try to get into my business and whatnot. When all I want is to be left alone. It's he seems to be able to get back fine. It seems like and the way you wrote this whole thing is extremely condescending towards the men in your family. You know, you write that your dad is financially unstable and doesn't really take care of the family and whatnot. So your mom is the man in the relationship, but you don't really seem to care about. You don't seem to say anything else about your dad. I'm sure he probably works hard and does stuff to help do that. On top of that, your brother is working, and yeah, he doesn't have a license, but neither do I. I mean, and I don't have a job either, so he seems to be doing a lot better than I am. He might just not want to deal with people, and I can understand that. I don't like dealing with people either, especially people that are constantly getting in my business, constantly won't leave me alone, and are constantly claiming bullshit about me when they don't know a damn thing about me or who I am. Yeah, you're the a-hole. You know, Absolutely 100% the a-hole. You are. Stupid people, I swear. Story number 3. Am I the a-hole for refusing to prioritize my sister over myself? I, 15 male, have a younger sister, 13 female, named Abby. Abby was born 1 week early. This is something my parents really made a huge deal out of. They called her their miracle baby as long as I can remember, and used to pick fights with family members because Abby got away with everything when she was little, still does, and extended family were pissed when she would steal toys off of cousins or take everything she wanted without thinking of others. This happened everywhere, at grandparents' house, in public, at home, and our parents were furious when family members would step in to correct Abby. They'd also correct her for taking stuff from me, and my parents would always tell family I didn't care. Then, when Abby was 5, she got really sick with the flu, which turned into pneumonia, and she was in the hospital for weeks. My parents were even worse after that. She had to be the priority. Her happiness was everything, and that ruined my life completely. They would agree to let me do stuff with friends and then make me cancel, or would just tell me I couldn't go and wouldn't let me cancel so I could play with Abby because she wanted to play with me. One time, my friends' parents had paid for me to join them at the amusement park, and my parents told them as the others showed up at our door. It was embarrassing. Abby and I would fight a lot. She'd tell me I had to hang out with her, and I'd say I didn't want to. Then my parents would say Abby was right and I had to. When she had other kids to hang out with, I'd catch a break. But when she wasn't allowed to play with them anymore, or when they'd fight, she'd demand me. My parents would then say all my plans were off the table. It made it so hard for me to keep friends. My parents were also those parents to send Abby with me to parties if she had no other plans, and when parents were like, no way in advance, my parents would only let me go if Abby had plans. 2 years ago, Abby stole from one of my friends while he was at our house. My parents defended her and refused to make her return it. So his parents stopped us from being friends. Abby made fun of me for being upset, and I told her that I hated her and she ruined my life. I got grounded for it, but it's when I stopped caring at all about Abby and decided I don't care about being selfish, but I don't want to make her life happy. My parents made her impossible to be around, and I wish I never had to see her again. We can't even see extended family now because my parents pissed them off so bad over Abby. My parents are now pissed at me because the camp they're sending Abby and me to this summer is separating us. They wanted me to ask for them to keep us together. The camp ignored my parents, so they expected me to do it for them. But I refused, and they told me I should think of my sister and how lost she'll be, especially for her first year at this camp. I told them I don't care. They told me I should prioritize my sister over myself. I said no way. They called me selfish. Am I the a-hole? Okay, absolutely not. This is messed up. Okay, this is your parents are basically your parents are not only enabling your sister, they're also simultaneously ruining your life. You've lost friends, you've lost family, all of it because they refuse to let you. Okay, you're not the a-hole. You're just not. You aren't. Okay? Your parents are enabling your sister and they're ruining your life in favor of her. You're not the a-hole no matter what anybody says. But to be fair, let's see what Reddit has to say. Okay. So, okay, this is actually kind of funny. I'm sorry, but I'm absolutely cackling over a baby being born 1 week early being a miracle baby. Yeah, that's not. Yeah, I was confused by that too. I will be honest, that confused me too. I know if it's like like 2 or 3 weeks early, or like a month early, or something like that, that is fair, I guess. I mean, and whatnot. But 1 week early, isn't there usually? I mean, I'm not, like an expert on, babies or anything, or that, but isn't there usually like that, like a week long period on either side that it's relatively normal for them to be born in? That's just like the average date. I mean, I might be wrong, but yeah, that's that's kind of stupid. So yeah, you're not the a hole. Um, Not the a hole. 2 weeks early and everybody's fine. Yeah. So yeah, this is really friggin' stupid. this is, you need to cut. Okay, you need to cut your family off. I will be honest. They sound incredibly toxic. Okay, and it seems like every time you try to set boundaries, they shut you down. So you need to cut them off. That's the only thing you can do. You know, move out with other family or something. But this isn't okay. They're at this point they're emotionally manipulating and abusing you, and destroying your prospects at a future for your sister. So yeah, it's not okay. You're not the a hole, and your parents and your sister definitely are. Would I be the a hole to giveth, then taketh away? Okay, I already hate how you said that, but let's keep going. My 37 female cousin, 32 female, has been upset recently, so I decided to see if she was free for a surprise concert in June. She said it was one that she had been trekking with friends, but they decided it was too expensive. I told her that they were half price at the moment in the summer sale, but that it would be a birthday treat for me anyways, so not to worry about the cost. She went silent after that, so after 15 minutes, I asked her if it was yay or nay. Okay, that's kind of funny. She said she was checking with her friends, as now it had come down in price, they might want to go again, and then she let me know ASAP. I feel a bit hurt by this and think I'd be less inclined to take her as a consolation prize if her friends decline. Am I reading too much into this? Would I be the a hole if I retracted my offer? Yes. It seems like a stupid thing. I get it. You were talking to your sister, and now she's talking to her friends about it and whatnot. But to offer and then take it away simply because she wanted a second opinion, that's just rude. It is. You're being an a hole. You're being a butt. You are. It, it's don't do that. Don't offer something and then take it away when somebody doesn't immediately respond. It's rude. Yeah, just don't. But yeah, and you know, I mean, yeah, like this person says, yes, you would be the a hole. Your intention was good, but she had prior intentions to go with her friends. She's doing the right thing to check with them first before committing. Yeah, that's fair. Um, mm, some people are saying not the a hole. Most people are saying yes, you would be the a hole and whatnot, and that is fair. So yeah, you are a bit of an a-hole. Try to be a little more understanding of your cousin. Try to be a little more understanding of your cousin. Okay. Okay. Last but not least, we have another short one. Am I the a-hole for using big words? Hmm. Well, let's see. I recently found out that I am being laid off in mid July and have started looking for new work. During a random conversation with my family, I said the word hyperbolic. I write in my free time, so I do know a lot of words, and sometimes I do use them in regular conversation. My mom took a moment to inform me that I shouldn't say words like that because it makes people around me feel stupid and can make finding a job more difficult. I got confused as for a moment I didn't even realize what word I said would prompt such a response. I had to be told. My mom insists it seems like I'm trying to seem smarter than everyone else, but from my perspective, it was just the word I chose. Sure, I could have said I'm exaggerating, but from, my perspective, it was just a pretty benign word choice. Am I the a hole? No, not really. I mean, you chose a word, and I mean, if you're a writer or an author and whatnot, or pretty much anybody that does like a lot of writing, you have to figure out ways to, use different words and whatnot. So after a while, it becomes, like second nature. So you're not the a hole. It sounds like your mom's just overreacting, frankly, because you said a word that she didn't immediately get. Parents hate it when they're wrong or they don't know something, and so it probably rubbed her the wrong way, personally. So yeah, but you're not the a hole. Yeah, not the a hole. It's not pretentious until you start, it's not pretentious until you start, splitting hairs on it. Yeah, yeah, you're not the a hole. Yeah. Well, that's that. Um, Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you again in the future. Um, See you later.